Alright. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. We're playing more. Ace Combat 6. The multiplayer grind stops for no one. We gotta keep her going. We gotta keep her going. As of the start of stream, we are at 50.99%. I think that's pretty good, personally. I will gladly take 50.99. I think my audio might be delayed. Hold on. That should fix it. That's fixed. Oh. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. All right, 50.99. So ways to go, but being beyond 50 is pretty good, I think. The pace we've been going, it'll only be like... Hold on. $10 to $12-ish more. It depends. Let me look. I think we got to get more siege battles in. We've been kind of slacking on them. Because to be fair, they're the most tedious to get done. The least progress happens, like, in the span of 3 hours when we're doing siege battles, but it's the way it has to be. Like, I'm the only one here for now. Perhaps. I didn't think so. He's been doing this little trick of his. I was gonna say, it would seem that way, but I knew this was coming. I could feel it. I knew James had to be here. Lying in wait. We can speed up siege. We've already, like, optimized it, though, you know? Like, we're already doing it as fast as we reasonably can.
They know exactly what we plan to do. All planes, assume attack formation. Fire. Enemy aircraft down.
I always zoom into there. It's just habit for me to always be on my afterburners whenever I'm flying in these games. But I can actually get more done this way. Wait for it. Actually, some of those targets are not worth the EML. I'll be real. Oh, I missed one? I hit it. At the very least.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Missile struck target.
Ooh. Shit.
Missile was evaded.
Aha! Only destroyed a couple things, then kamikazed. Suppose that would... Well, honestly, I don't even know if it would be faster, to be real with you. Because the EML can just blast everything so quickly. And it's like 30-second respawn penalty each time. It might honestly come out to be about the same. To be honest. I missed a target back there by Alpha, but I think it's fine. It's one target that I can get on the way back.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
There we go. Jesus. use guys over this way.
Sam kill confirmed.
Is that everything? Yes.
Missile was evaded.
Wrong boat. It works for me. I got it. I got it.
Alpha 1, engage.
This will make it faster. I need to move my camera, I forget. Ace Combat, I'm not supposed to be in the corner.
Fired.
How the fuck do I miss just firing into the sea of all that? Put it in the middle.
Tracking you on radar.
Did you see what I said last night, False? Oh.
Shut down.
About, what's it? You were saying, like, oh, if I ever got a 3D model, I would just, you guys would be seeing the back of my head the whole time. You'd be seeing it all the time. And I said, if you ever got a 3D model, it would genuinely be so good to do Ace Combat and you fly in this camera from inside the cockpit and you have yourself in the middle, like bottom middle, the back of your head. It would look like you're actually flying. It would be goofy as shit. Oh god.
Shut
Damn it.
down.
My big ass head in the way. You'd be able to figure it out to where it doesn't block everything but still looks great.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I'm gonna take a little angling, maybe.
Enemy ship sent
You
under.
can make so many back of head jokes. You'd be like, but Ace Combat?
Operation Charlie.
Well, yeah, it's perfect for it, you
Another
see?
airspace.
You can picture it, right?
Shut down.
It's like you're really the one there. Flying the plane. It would be great.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I'm sure people with 2D, or get a 2D with back of head toggle. Why are you asking me?
Fired.
You'd be the
Operation
one that would
Alpha
know
complete.
if they
You're
did.
doing great. Continue on with the mission. Operation Bravo complete. Enemy forces within Operation Airspace have
Hello,
been
Amadeus.
eliminated. Nice work. Target coordinates
Ow.
have been sent. This is the last group. Shut down.
Just to grind the rest of the aircraft special weapons and skins. Joint Assault is one of those games that just has such a ridiculous amount. Like, the roster is great, don't get me wrong, but the process of actually getting enough money for everything in Joint Assault, we haven't gotten there yet, but it seems fucking ridiculous. We did Ace Combat X, which, you know, Joint Assault is literally X2. It's just not called that outside of Japan. And ACX, we spent a ton of time just grinding cash to be able to buy everything. Like, it took a while. And Joint Assault has so many more planes. Like, it has everything from X, pretty much. And then just a ton of additional stuff.
Alpha 1.
Or sorry, yes, it's X squared. Not X2, my bad. Economy is so fucked. To be fair, the other one that's like ridiculous to be able to buy everything is Ace Combat 5. Because also, like, grinding the XP for every plane because of, like, the plane tree, which is cool. You know, the whole, like, airplane skill tree thing that they did there. But grinding that and then the money is kind of ridiculous in 5 when you're trying to get everything. I just totally lost track of where I am dodging those missiles. Holy shit.
Enemy forces are hanging on by a thread. We're almost done here. Fire. Shut
Oh,
down.
fuck. Really? I even hit the high G for it. That thing is like one shot away from death. I should have just stuck it.
Alpha 1, engage the
I decided to just cheat. Screw that. No, you can't cheat, though. Cheating is bad. Hey, you.
enemy kill.
Get the fuck out of here.
Stage complete. All aircraft return to base.
Journey home for Sea of Chaos is still ringing in my ears, but yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Cheating is bad. Okay.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Enemy forces are approaching the city.
False is
Intercept.
sending me Facebook Reels again. Midstream Facebook Reels strike again.
Fired.
Bitch. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you bitch.
ESM is active.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Just found a stream. Because the algo somehow knew that I played the crap out of this game in 2009. Did the game have many people on multiplayer back then? Because, man, the multiplayer, just getting people for multiplayer has been the worst part of 100%ing it. And, like, to be fair, it's old. It did. The multiplayer was crazy. Okay, at least at the time it was good. That's confirmation. Because, like, the multiplayer, we had one stream where we got, like, 7 people in a lobby, and it was pretty
ESM is
great.
active.
But it's been so hard to actually populate because the game is so dead at this point. We're almost always rocking, like, 2 or 3 player lobbies. When Val and Yuriko were cool. I like that Yuriko genuinely was just like, I give up. This is too much of a grind. To be fair, you know, Yuriko wasn't going to get the full completion out of it. She was going to get some achievements. I think she probably got some. Like, even just from the time that she did spend on it, but...
It's running low.
I mean, unless you're here the entire time, you're not also going to get all of them, right? Recall the max limit being 16, which is crazy. Yeah, it's 8 for Siege Battle, and we played Siege Battle when we had the 7 players.
All special weapons used.
Because that's the one that I was really curious about. I haven't been saving. Oh no, there's that too. I forget about that. We did Siege Battle mostly when we had 7, because I just wanted to see Siege Battle pretty much at capacity, and it was great. But yeah, Team Battle and Battle Royale can also go up to 16, which is fucking batshit. They were like, oh yeah, free-for-all with 16 players flying around. Have at it. Whoa, I'm surprised that didn't hit me.
Box 2. Missile struck target.
Bitch. trying to win. He's trying to win. Is your Xbox susceptible to red ring, or is it a slim? My 360 is, but I'm playing on Xbox One. Just for the slightly better resolution and like more stability and everything. I'm on Xbox One. I don't have a Series X, otherwise I would, because then it's even higher resolution and even more stable, but I just don't have one. Although I think I might buy one this year. I think I might upgrade both of my consoles this year just because I kind of need to. I should have, like, a while ago. Although, it also depends on what I'm doing next. I don't know if I am upgrading them this year. Because, like, both of the next-gen consoles are coming not too far out. Are you crazy? It depends on if I need them for work or not, basically. My PS4 and Xbox One are both getting real old. Like, my PS4, when I was last using it to record a video, was struggling. And my Xbox, just the other day, trying to stream off of it, was having some issues. And so I'm sort of like, ooh. Yeah, both of them are probably at death's door, if we're being real. Both of them feel like old men just struggling to get the job done. So it kind of depends what I end up doing content-wise. Like, I may or may not need to upgrade before the next gen. But if I can get away with not upgrading, then I'll probably just pick up those right away instead. AC6 Recomp has been making strides. I'm really looking forward to, what's it? The Recomp actually being, like, really damn solid, because it's still got some issues. But it's already coming along pretty well. It's coming along quicker than I would have thought, for sure. So I'm hopeful that that's good. Not because we're going to end up using it for this, obviously. Granted, I don't know if I even would have, because then I don't get achievements, like, on my profile to show off. I'm petty like that. I want... If I'm going through all this effort, I want those achievements on my profile to be like, yeah, I did that, you know? I need that. If I'm gonna do it anyway, I'm gonna do it where I get that reward. Anyway. Just for other people to actually have solid access to AC6. Because the fact that right now you still just need a physical copy and an Xbox, like a working Xbox, has made this one of the trickiest ones, aside from, like, Infinity to play. But now, even Infinity is easier to play as of them just having gotten it figured out. So this is currently, like, the least accessible, at least mainline Ace Combat. This is the hardest one to, like, get your hands on and actually play. Because it got delisted and you need the right console. For all 10 people who understand, hey, it's better than doing all the effort and not getting the reward at the end, you know? How much more do you have to do? We're just over 50% on the multiplayer grind. We're finally over the hurdle of being halfway done. And then the next game is Join Assault, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it's Join Assault. Because it goes Join Assault, Assault Horizon, and then Infinity, I believe, came out before the 3DS game, right? So now that Infinity is, like, actually part of the equation, I'll be throwing Infinity in where I thought before I wasn't going to be able to. And then 7 and 8 after, or no, after the 3DS game, which is after Infinity, 7 and 8.
Alpha 1, ESM is active.
About 10 streams left. I'm going to be a little more conservative and assume 12, including this one. So I guess if today is day 139, then my prediction is that on today is 138. My prediction is on 149. I'll probably be wrapping it up, like just getting the final achievements, which again is still a bit of a ways out, but I've come this far, and I absolutely fall for the sunk cost fallacy every time. So sunk cost fallacy is my best friend on these streams. And if he wants me to get stick drift, after all this, man, I'll buy you a new controller. I'll be so real. I will send you a new controller after this shit. If that stick starts drifting, you just let me know. That sounds like a fair deal, bro. Me sitting here being like, yeah, it's probably another 30-ish hours of gameplay still. James like, I'm so fucked. I'm stuck here. Granted, he's not stuck here, but James has consistently been helping the most. Oh, the Siege Kamikaze. Ah, yes, the stick drift wink wonk. It's not James intentionally diving into the water to speed up the rounds by dying over and over. It's that he has really bad stick drift and he can't control his plane. I have a copy literally on my desk, but don't have an Xbox anymore. Yeah, that's kind of the thing that sucks. Right? Like, that's what I was saying, where even if you do have a physical copy, a lot of people who have a copy laying around don't still have a working Xbox. And, like, that sounds kind of ridiculous, but it's surprising how many people, like, have all their old games for a console, but don't have the console anymore, whether they sold it or it's broken or whatever. It's pretty common, actually. I still have a ton of my Wii games. I sold my Wii for parts like years ago because it was totally fucked. And at that point, I was like, what am I playing on the Wii? This was before I did YouTube. It was totally fucked. I was like, I'm not playing my Wii anymore. So I sold it so that they could like restore it, sell it, whatever. I was just like, all right, what are you giving me for this? And I regret it now, because I've had to use Dolphin for some things, but at the very least, I plan on getting like a restored Wii once me and False get a place, because this is the dumbest reason. I mean, it's kind of not, but because those Resident Evil Chronicles games, Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles, the rail shooters, would legit be so fun, like played actually on the couch next to another person, playing it in co-op. So after I recorded those, I was like, we're gonna get a Wii. I'm gonna buy a restored Wii. Because these are gonna be so fun. Did you see the release date for Dawn of War 4, September 15th? I did not see that. False, put it on your calendar. I'm gonna need you to presumably take the day off of work. Thank you. That's a Tuesday. A lot better on Xenia, but still far from perfect. Yeah, it works. It's just there's a lot of like the missile trails and explosion effects and stuff like that that are still not right. The cutscenes are fixed now, though, right? I think people told me the cutscenes are good now on Xenia. They're not broken anymore, or are they still? I don't remember, actually. I remember someone mentioning the cutscenes, but maybe it's not that they were fixed. Maybe it was that they were still broken. I think there might be early access. I am going to try, like, unless it's for a game series that I'm already covering a lot, I think going forward, I'm going to not do the whole pay extra for early access thing. Like, if it's a case like Metal Gear Solid Delta had it, right? Where you could get like 3 days early access for spending 20 bucks extra or whatever it was. And in that case, for me, it was worth it. But, if it's not something like that, like if it's not like Ace Combat 8 or whatever, Stranger Than Heaven coming up soon, I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. Like, when it first came around, I didn't mind it, but now that so many people, or sorry, so many publishers are doing like the paid early access on pre-orders, I'm so sick of it. And I'm at that like start voting with your wallet point on that one, because I'm over it. I'm over it. It's cool when it happens on occasion, like rare occasion for a game I'm really excited for, but at this point, I'm sick of it. Well, actually, to be honest, what I'm more sick of is games not really offering enough, like, additional benefit for their deluxe edition outside of the pre-order. Which, some would disagree, but I felt that happened with Delta for sure. Like, Delta had extra costumes and stuff that were cool. But, like, other than that, I legitimately only bought that deluxe edition for the early access. You know, as cool as having the Peace Walker suit is and everything, I probably wouldn't have gotten the deluxe edition without early access involved. And like, even when I play Delta as someone who has all the extra shit, like, I don't want to use it because then I feel like I'm breaking the game, like the intended flow and progression of it. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I load up game, sneaking suit. Which is kind of fun, but I don't want to do that a lot of the time. I'll pre-order AC8 if they're giving us 0. I'm really thinking that the 0 thing was some BS at this point. And I hate to be the guy to say it, but like at first I was kind of sitting here like, oh shit, that would be crazy for driving pre-orders, like among at least like hardcore Ace Combat fans. People who are already really in on the brand. Like an HD release of Ace Combat 0 tied in would be a huge selling point for pre-orders, but the longer that time goes on and like nothing really comes of that rumor, the more that I start to think that was probably just BS. Back to the salt mines. You know it. Fuck. They did that with 7, bundling it with 5. Weirdly, they only bundled it with 5 on PlayStation. AC7 pre-orders were interesting. Because on Xbox, you would get a digital copy of Ace Combat 6 with your pre-order. And that's actually why Ace Combat 6 is on the backwards compatibility list for Xbox. It's purely because of that bundle. Because the game was already delisted by then. But obviously they can reach out to Microsoft and be like, hey, you know, for pre-orders of this game, give them a copy of this. Even though it's delisted, they can still just do that because it's in the database, right? And then on PC, there was no additional bonus for pre-ordering. On PC, there was no like HD release tie-in. You just got AC7.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Fire.
PC got shafted. It's true, man. PC legit got nothing for some reason. I guess because they would have to do like a totally new port, whereas on PlayStation they were able to use like Sony's little built-in emulator that they already had at the time, and then on Xbox the game just already existed on digital. Oh god. Oh, it worked for me. It's not going to. Oh, the buildings blocked it. Let's go. The whole licensing thing really bugs me, because it locks so many classic games out of being played. Or sorry, it locks so many classic games out of people playing them. Yes, that's right.
Almost done here.
Yeah, with Ace Combat, it's kind of understandable. Like, I get that they are really committed to the authenticity and all that. But hear me out. Tell me what you think, chat. Imagine if they did what, like, Call of Duty does with guns. Where, like, you play Black Ops 6, right? And Black Ops 6 obviously has, I don't know, all sorts of recognizable guns, like a Galil, right? But they just named it something different. Like, they just came up with an original name for what is obviously a Galil, because then they can still have it in there, like, one-to-one, but technically, it's different. It's not called the same thing, therefore different. Copyright law is stupid. And then those games don't have to get delisted down the line because Activision can't justify the licensing payments anymore, right? Ace Combat could do that. Because, like, realistically, Ace Combat 7 is probably... I mean, I don't know how long or how well it's selling right now. Just, like, long-term legacy sales. But at a certain point, realistically, Bandai Namco will have to just be like, all right, this game is not making enough profit for us to keep paying the licensing. And surely within a few years, like, Ace Combat 7 is going to get delisted. Don't the guns have to be ever so slightly different in appearance? They allegedly do, but COD legit does them like one-to-one. It's like tradition at this point, so it would feel wrong if they did that. It would. But it was also tradition for COD for a while. And then they just randomly did it. And the COD community hated it at first. But nowadays, it doesn't even come up as a complaint anymore. Because, like, it gets to a point where everyone's just kind of like, okay, yeah, it's just the way it's got to be, business-wise. I mean, it's not the way it has to be. But it makes so much more sense for the publisher from a business standpoint. Case in point, Project Wingman. Does Project Wingman use the fictional names or the real names? They didn't pay the licensing. There's no way. Did they actually? Wait, hold on. See, I haven't played it, so I don't know. Did they come up with their own, like, you know, slightly off-brand names? Fictional names, yeah. Okay. People love Project Wingman. So I think it would probably be the same, where, like, people at first would be like, oh, that kind of sucks. I wish they didn't do that. But then you go to, like, Ace Combat 9 or whatever comes after. And by that point, people just accept it with slightly different models. Okay. Like when EA dropped the FIFA name because the license was going to be too much. To be honest, with how much money FIFA makes every year, EA easily could have kept paying that license. Like, I know that they stated that was the reason, but I mean, come on, man. Have you seen the money FIFA makes? They could easily pay it. They just didn't want to anymore. But yes. Like, the SU-27 is called the SK-37. Yeah. That's the way COD is. And like some guns in COD can still be so on the nose where like the Colt M1911 can appear and they literally just call it the 1911. You know, remove the Colt and the M from the model number. Totally different gun. What do you mean it's the same? It's not the same at all. What are you talking about? It depends on the gun. But sometimes they can get really on the nose with it. Where they're not even really changing it, they're just shortening the name enough to where it's technically an original name. And they can use it. It's kind of funny in some cases like that one. Legit wanted several billion? Okay. Then maybe I could see it. But at the same time, they're only asking for that much because they realize how much money the games have been making. Right? Like, they just want their fair cut. Now, if I was FIFA and they said, no, we're not going to pay that, I would still be like, okay, 100 million. And to be honest, EA probably would have paid.
ESM is active.
I didn't even have to hit him with the last one. EML in this game is so fucked the way it makes you nosedive when you get hit by it. It's so funny. If you're anywhere near the ground and you get hit, you're just crashing. Makes you lose control of your plane entirely. I can aim. Didn't even lose the league's license. They just lost the name? They were charging billions for the name alone, not even like the actual license? That's crazy. Superplane is a Nosferatu on crack.
ESM is active.
If I had $1 for every time I've been recommended Project Wingman, I would probably have like $72. Maybe more than that. I wonder if YouTube has a tool for me to just go in and see how many mentions it has, like in my comments. That wouldn't even include live stream chat, to be fair.
Now look at me. Eating cookie and breedable.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Cat, you know that False told me to not tell her parents what I do? Because if I tell them what I actually do, she worries that they're gonna watch my stuff and then find her channels through it.
Fired. Alpha 1, ESM is active.
And I'm on my phone. I have to mention it because I'm being very obvious. I forgot to reinvest my dividends I got paid last night. There, done. I knew already where I planned on putting them, so I was able to do it real quick, but I was like, I gotta do that before the market closes. Shit. Shit. She says valid fear. I said they can know what I do and I just don't have to give them my channel name. I don't give like anyone in real life my channel name. I'm used to telling people no on that.
Enemy down.
Why do you want them to know so bad? It's not that I want them to know so bad. It's more just that I don't want to have to like tiptoe around it and overthink every response or thing that I say in regards to my work. You know? It's more that. It's not even that I'm like, oh, they need to know. I don't want to have to deal with all that. What did she tell them that you do? I think she, well, I don't know. Did you tell them something? Actually, that's a good question. Did you already tell them something about what I do? What she told me, yeah, was to tell them that I make game reviews for Google.
Special weapons running low.
Which isn't a lie. It's not technically, well, it's not technically a lie. It's a sort of like 20% truth. Technically true.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
If you give them a website, that's where it gets complicated, bro. They're not gonna find me if I just say YouTube. If I just say YouTube and don't give them anything, they're not gonna find me. Oh, he crashed. Dad thinks the internet is the devil, dead ass. Well, that's because of the videos he watches on YouTube. He watches the Gooner sandwich making videos.
Crashed. Stage complete. All aircraft return to base. Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Okay, that's another siege battle on the books. You know, the siege battles suck to get done. But also, it's a good feeling to see them go up in the spreadsheet. We'll give it a quick break from the siege battle, though. I feel like I always start with Battle Royale 1 whenever I boot it up now. I gotta change it up. And speaking of change it up, James, what if we did stealth Dorito? Double stealth Dorito, because that's the only way this works. This plane is so legitimately dog shit that you need to like have an agreement with the others in the lobby to fly it. It might actually be, oh, camera, you're right. I forgot. Sorry, I was gonna say, I think it might legitimately be one of the worst planes ever in Ace Combat. The Ace Combat 6 117 might be at least like bottom 3 in the entire franchise. I only have GBP, or GPB. It'll work. I don't know why they added the Nighthawk. It literally adds nothing. And they made it the actual worst. Like, it has never been this shit. in the series before, and it's never been a great plane in the series, to be fair. But it has never been as bad as it is here. Could have used a lot more planes. I feel like the reason that this game has so few planes is probably because they were so focused on the engine coming off of Ace Combat 5. And the game had a pretty quick turnaround too. Right? Like this came out in 2006? No. Yeah. Right? 2006? So I think they were like so focused on the new hardware and like building an engine that would be super impressive. I tried to pull out of that and holy fuck. I don't think they had a whole lot of time to like fill it out with content. Is it 07?
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Watch out, the enemy has a lock.
It is 07, okay. My bad. Also, I don't know if James has just not flown this one before, saying, what the fuck is this? But it's probably just from him feeling how sluggish this thing is. It's so bad. It's actually brutal. This is a normal turn. This is just a big turn. Pinned comment says to catch up instead of saying the Judgment video's out. Might need to hurry up and start Lost Judgment. Just saying. I'm just saying, now would be a time to get caught up on the Yakuza series, you know? If there's a video you missed, like I'm trying to think, like RGG Online or Kurohyo 2, now's the time. Now's the time.
Missile was evaded.
Good. God, that's so... The Stranger Than Heaven song has been in my head for like a week. They haven't officially released it yet, have they? Is that James behind me? Oh my god, it is. I haven't been able to fucking find him. Yeah, this is normal. Where the fuck is he? Oh my god, he's way up there.
Fired. Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Enemy at 6 o'clock.
And he's gone. You know what? Fine. See, False, if you had a 3D, you could sit in this seat. I'm telling you, it would be fucking hilarious. I'm telling you. This is what I was talking about. There's a reason my mind immediately went to this when you said it. It would be such an immersive stream. Incredibly immersive anime woman plane action.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Ace Combat community loves VTubers.
The enemy has a lock on you.
It's true.
Warning, incoming missile.
She's
Missile was
ignoring me.
evaded.
There we go.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
When are RGG going to release that song? Probably not until the game is out, to be honest. They're gonna fucking wait until the official OST comes out to release that shit. Damn them. Even the cockpit in this plane sucks. I can't see shit.
Warning, incoming missile.
Oh fuck. I tried to do a little spin for the hell of it. Yeah, I can't do it in this plane. You just, if you start spinning, you're not gonna pull out of it in time. It's not capable of doing that.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
Near you.
Fired. Warning, incoming missile.
Oh, I got him. Flying Dorito. It's true. Also, chat, just random thought, but I haven't been saying it a whole lot, and I should probably be saying it more. Flashbacks to when I was about to move, and I forgot to really talk about it all that much until like 3 days before I disappeared for 2 weeks.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
I have a trip, a short trip, next week. I will be out of town on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Warning, incoming missile.
And then I will be back on Friday.
Was evaded.
As a heads up. I will be gone for a further 3 days. This next week. It's Friday today. You bitch. Come back here. I got you. Come here.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
Come here. Come here. We're in a death spiral. Come here, you bitch. Oh my god. He's maneuvering. He's gonna crash. Oh my god, he didn't. Bro, I feel like I'm in fucking Star Wars right now. That bit at the end of A New Hope. That like little first person POV shot near the end of it. Some of you know what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm playing that. Ooh, I almost just crashed. I have you now. Exactly, that bit.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
Ooh.
Missile was evaded.
He's going crazy with the evasion.
Stage
That was
3,
wild.
all aircraft return to base.
There's always shit happening in Minnesota for some reason. It's more of the fraud stuff. They started like formally what's it? Prosecuting for like all the stuff that they've been uncovering lately. And it's even more like fraud and mismanagement of state funds than was thought prior. And it was already thought to be a fuck ton. And it's even worse. You see the supposed leak of Sony announcing some game called Break-In, and people are speculating it's a rebrand of Fair Game $. Ooh, that actually, I have not heard that, but that would be so funny if they tried to like rebrand it to escape the reputation the game developed after they first showed it off. Now I'm actually interested. That would be wild. Oh. Look who's here. I saw that in the corner of my eye while I was sitting here like, oh, I haven't checked the stock market at all today. Like prior to that little thing a second ago where I was like, oh my god, I need to reinvest my divvies. My divvies. Good day. Good day to invest. Well, to be invested. To be fair, it's always a good day to invest. I mean, come on. Come on. What are we talking about? It's always a good day. Never a bad day to invest. In my opinion. There's never a bad day. F-16 battle next. I got my wings back. Let's go. My god, are you bringing the F-16? The F-22 pick was intentional on my part. Is he going to be the F-16 warrior? I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. Need my points. I will not be swayed. Plus, I know if Valentine works hard enough, he could probably manage to win anyway.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I like this map. This is a good map. Are all... The showcases are all first week of June. Yeah. I read that weird at first, but that is right. It's like a week and a half. Like, this next week is... I don't think there are any showcases, but the week after there are showcases.
Missile was evaded.
F-22 doing what it does. June 2nd for State of Play, June 5th for Summer Games Fest. Yeah. I am looking forward to nothing more than the Gears of War E-Day Direct. Surprising no one. That is what I'm most excited for. Mostly just because so far, like, all that we have on E-Day is pretty much just that one CG trailer and like the premise of the game, right? So I'm excited to actually see the game and get an idea of what it's gonna be like as a game, not just like as a basic premise. Uh-oh. Great CG trailer, though. It was a really good CG trailer. Gears always has really good reveal trailers. Like, genuinely, going all the way back to Gears 1 with the Mad World trailer, they've always nailed their reveals. They've legitimately never missed on a reveal. They know how to do it.
Shut down. Alpha 1, engage
Bro, the
enemy.
point scaling. Yeah, okay. Nothing but anathema. I know autocorrect when I see it.
Radar lock on. Enemy kill confirmed.
I have Hopium for Destiny 3. Do you guys see the insider reporting on what's going on with Bungie? Because we were talking about it yesterday and me being like, I'm sort of worried for Bungie. And I now have even better reason to be worried for Bungie because apparently they're about to have like a huge wave of layoffs and the staff who are there are in the process of trying to pitch like potential ideas for a new game and get it greenlit by Sony. But so far they're not working on anything because they haven't gotten anything greenlit. Which means that Sony did not greenlight a Destiny 3 or a Marathon 2. We can say that much for sure. Because those would have been like the first pitches, like, yeah, we can do a sequel to one of these. So those got shot down already, assumedly. At least in the forms they got pitched, because they could, you know, pitch the same game 4 times, and it's a different game each time, but with the same name, like set in the same universe, you know what I mean? It could be totally different, and they could pitch it multiple times, and Sony might hear one of those pitches and like it. You never know. One of them could come around. Bungie is probably dead. That's kind of what I was assuming when I was talking about it yesterday. Is that, like, given how much money Sony spent on them, and the fact that Destiny 2 fell off so hard after the $4 billion purchase, and then Marathon got a warm reception, but, like, it didn't sell all that great, but the people who played it liked it, so, like, that helps them at least, but it's looking bad for Bungie. And I really hope that Bungie doesn't get shuttered, mostly just because of the legacy of that studio, right? Like, they've had a rough last few years, but the old Marathon games from the 90s, Halo, Destiny when it was in its prime, like, that's a huge legacy studio.
Special weapons running low.
Still getting better player numbers than Marathon? Yeah, that is wild. I really enjoyed Marathon.
All special weapons
It's the best extraction shooter I've played in a minute, for sure. Like, since Tarkov. I haven't played an extraction shooter that is that fun. Oh. I'm too heavy on the high G, clearly. I say that and then I keep using it.
We have radar lock on.
Myth 1 and 2. Yeah, Bungie had a lot of other, like, smaller projects pre-Halo. Marathon is the one that everyone ended up knowing about later, because even though it wasn't so popular in the 90s, they tied a lot of Marathon stuff into Halo. like lore-wise and what's it?
Shut down.
Like a lot of people can play through Halo and never realize, but the Reclaimer symbol that the Forerunners use is literally just the logo for Marathon.
The enemy.
Like they did a whole lot of weaving Marathon stuff into the Halo universe. So a lot of people don't realize how much Marathon was there, and then a lot of people end up finding out and learning about Marathon retrospectively through that.
Lock on. Missile was evaded.
They're going to be adding a lot to Marathon, such as a single player mode and other things. Single player mode might actually be pretty good, because it feels like Marathon has great PvP, but I can 100% see that being a game that people get really into, like more so as a single player experience. I enjoy the PvP of it a lot, personally. I think PvP in Marathon is really good. I think it's maybe the highlight even, but
Watch out. The enemy has a lock on you.
that might be my looter shooter,
Missile.
or sorry, not looter shooter, my extraction shooter loot goblin coming out, because it feels good to wipe a squad of players and then get all of their good shit from them. They were gonna add it at launch, but pivoted a while back. Oh, you know what I bet? You know what I would put money on, knowing that? That was probably Sony. I would put money on, if they had planned for PvE to just be an option right from the start, but they ended up not doing it, I bet that was Sony. Nothing would surprise me. It makes sense, like knowing that that was kind of the plan, because Bungie, of all people, would recognize how much their core demographic enjoys the PvE and doesn't really want to fight other players. And especially with how much of that like Destiny raid content type stuff made it into Marathon. Especially with like the super late game unlockable map that I can't remember the name of. But like that map is legitimately designed as a raid experience.
Engage the enemy.
Like almost entirely a PvE raid experience. F22 who? Bro, it's the point scaling. I forget that like if I let Valentine kill me while I'm in the F22, he gets like 3 times the points I do killing you guys. It plays such a factor. And I kind of forgot how big of a factor it was. Marathon's art direction and world is awesome. Bro, honestly, one of the better parts of Marathon, for me at least, is all of the lore with the corporations that they made. Because like Marathon always had great lore in the older games and everything. That's not new. But the corporations that they made for the extraction shooter Marathon, like all the new factions and stuff that they introduced to it, are super interesting. And like the characters that you get to speak to who act as representatives for those corporations and who like deal with you directly are really interesting. And like I just, the factions are one of the best parts of that game. The F-117. He's going back for it. There's a lot to love about Marathon. I feel like maybe I should play it some more. I've been
Alpha 1, engage
I
the enemy.
reinstalled Stalker and started modding on a whim where I was just like, you know, I've kind of got the itch for Stalker. It comes around. Like, Stalker is such a unique experience.
Fired.
Those who have played it, like, I don't even have to explain beyond that. Just Stalker is Stalker. There's nothing like it outside of Stalker. The closest you can get is like Escape from Tarkov is like multiplayer Stalker almost, right? Just without all of the super interesting lore and supernatural shit.
Incoming missile. Missile evaded.
Modding Stalker as a European disease, how did you catch it? Autism. Enough said. But yeah, I reinstalled it. I'm like, I'm gonna mod a little Stalker. Reinstalled my Stalker Anomaly. Reinstalled my Gamma. And that's where I fucked up. I reinstalled Gamma. Tarkov has lore, but it's nowhere near as interesting or rich as Stalker's lore. I know the Tarkov lore. It's alright, but it's not Stalker lore. Although, granted, I'm still, as a Stalker fan, kind of upset about the Definitive Edition stuff. Because, like, them wiping so much of the old, like, Russian and Soviet connections from the lore is understandable, given the current political climate and the fact that they are Ukrainian developers. But, like, Stalker's lore is entirely built on Soviet Union failure. And so when you remove all references to the Soviet Union and Russia, you legitimately lose the entire foundation for the lore of the series. So, like, people who are playing those older Stalker games, like the first 3 on console or on the new Definitive Edition that's on Steam, you legitimately lose so much of the lore that made those games so interesting. And, like, it's understandable, but man, it sucks. Man, it sucks. It's like the US pretending that England has no part in their history. Yeah, it would be crazy, right?
Target hit.
It would be crazy if the US, like, went to war with England again and then just started to, like, practically act like England doesn't exist and not recognize them in, like, their media and everything. Granted, it's a very different political situation, but that is about as similar of an example as I could think of.
Missile missed.
Go crush us. I like my tea and crumpets. I don't think, well, I doubt that the US and the UK would go to war in our lifetime.
Missile evaded.
Like, we had that war a few hundred years ago. Ever since then, we've been so chill. You can still buy the originals, thankfully. Yeah, at least there's that. Like, if they had delisted the originals, it would be more of an issue. As it is, the only real issue with it is just that, like, people getting into Stalker for the first time nowadays are obviously going to gravitate towards the versions that have been fixed up and made easier to get into. And if you're on console, those are legit the only options. And you're gonna miss a lot of what initially made it feel so special
Shut down.
playing that version.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
It's a joke, please, right?
Fired.
Fuck. What's everyone's biggest cope? Mine is Clover Studio is back. We're totally getting God Hand 2 by 2036, believe. I don't know.
Radar lock.
My biggest cope.
Missile struck target.
I can think of a lot.
Launch 2. Missile evaded.
Gears of War will get a remastered collection. Don't say that to me. No. Why would you do that? My biggest cope was Bloodborne Remake, then Sony shut down Bluepoint. That is so wild. What is my biggest cope? I feel like anything that I would cope about, I have too realistic of an outlook on to like unironically believe it, you know? Half-Life 3, of course. They'll release Spyro 4. Trying to think here.
We have radar lock on. Shut down.
I guess maybe my biggest cope is that Sony isn't pulling out of the PC market. But even then, I feel like that currently isn't like that crazy of a cope considering how rocky all of the rumors of them pulling out of the PC market are. The new Gang of Dragon game isn't actually canceled. Bro, I hate to say it, but it is. It totally is. Which is a shame because, like, I don't think it would have been better than Yakuza, based on what we saw at least. But I think it still would have been fun to, like, have that competitor and basically have, like, two different takes on the same concept, right? Both entering the market at the same time. Like, I was really excited to have Stranger Than Heaven be, like, the huge blockbuster game, like, mega polished and everything from the looks of it. We'll see. And then have, like, Gang of Dragon come in and be, like, smaller scale, probably. A little jankier, probably. But, like, have that heart and that, like, you know, drive to make a more old-school Yakuza game. Like, something more similar to Yakuza 1 or 2, maybe. I was so down for that. But yeah, that studio's definitely shut down. XCOM 3. XCOM 3, actually, yes.
Warning, incoming missile. Hit.
Is gone now. We don't know, but like we basically know that it is, yeah. It's not 100% certain, but we're not getting XCOM 3. Most likely not. The guy who directed 1 and 2 left Firaxis a while ago. And obviously, like, XCOM 2 came out in 2017. Didn't they do really well? They did. I think it was mostly because Jake Solomon departed from Firaxis. I think that was a huge reason they did.
Engage the enemy.
Mechanicus 2 was shadow dropped yesterday. It's a tactical game you might enjoy. I didn't even know about this. Not in the state to release anything XCOM related. Yeah.
Shut down.
Not 40K, let's be real here. No, he's saying just because I like 40K and I like, what's that?
Engage the enemy.
Strategy games. I didn't know about this. I didn't know there was just a random 4K strategy game dropped yesterday. What do you
Shut
mean?
down.
The showed Nagoshi Studio marked as closed, but that could be fake. It was Google. Like, if you look them up on Google Maps, it says permanently closed on their office.
Alpha 1, engage the
And, obviously, like, the funding got pulled, the website got taken down. Just progressively, like, it seems more and more like that game is definitely canceled. And that the studio probably no longer exists. Maybe... What game? Gang of Dragon. Yeah, let's do a team battle. Alluding to a game currently in contempt is likely going to get an award, and the way he says it says he's 100% certain it is. I think I know what game currently in contempt we might be speaking of, and to be honest, I would also predict that it is going to win an award. Like he has inside info. Okay, that not so much. Because what's it? The Game Awards uses a voting council. A voting council. So, like, they don't vote until November, maybe October-ish. I think it's November they do the voting for awards. I didn't say the name, but yes, yeah. Everyone knows it. It is probably going to win an award, even though they don't vote until, like, the end of the year. It's a huge hit among critics, and I think the Game Awards Voting Council, if I'm not mistaken, is like 70% journalists and critics. So, it's probably going to win an award. To be real. You guys both bring in the flanker, eh? I don't get the mixtape hype at all. I don't either. Like, even as just a narrative, story-driven game, like, the story seems fine, but it's so short, and it's not like a story game where you make a lot of decisions that change the outcome, which are normally, like, the popular story-driven games. It's just... basically, you sit there and watch a movie. Which sounds reductive, but it's really not. Like, that kind of is just the game. Most players it had is 2K. Yeah, the hype is pretty much just among critics and stuff. Like, general gaming community doesn't really care for it very much. You can put the controller down during the gameplay segments. Yes. You don't need to, like, actually play it. It kind of just plays itself without you even doing anything. And it's like, what? A little less than 3 hours long, isn't it? But yeah, that's what I've also said whenever the topic has come up. Is what Tin Man is saying. Like, even the game doesn't seem that good. And, like, I'm...
blame the women.
Always blame the women, she's right. I'm far from someone who's, like, interested in it. It's not my type of game to begin with, and even then it doesn't seem that good beyond that. But the level of, like, vitriol towards the game is so overblown and ridiculous, in my opinion. Because, like, even though the critics like it, I mean, who really cares, to be honest? Like, I don't give much of a shit if critics like the game or not. If the game wins an award or not, it doesn't bother me one way or the other. heard Doki apparently walked away to go to the bathroom while letting the game continue playing. That's gold. That's gold. Like, it's one thing to put the controller down and just show, like, yeah, you don't even need to play it. But it's a whole other thing to literally get up and go take a piss while the game just runs. That's awesome. It's the same people that didn't get past the Cuphead tutorial that we're talking about. Exactly. Like, I don't really care if they like it or not. The, like, insane hatred and vitriol towards it on the other side is equally as ridiculous, in my opinion.
Missile missed. Alpha 2's been shot down.
Come here, you bitch. No way. Ace Combat 6 missiles are crazy. Who are the people complaining about it? What's it? On, like, gaming Twitter. If you just go and scroll replies on literally any mention of the game, people are so angry about it. And it's very silly. The same IGN reviewer that gave Mixtape the 10 gave Lego Batman a 6. See, the Lego Batman 6, from what I've seen at least, and granted, I'm not a big Lego game fan, okay? That has to be factored in. Like, I've played a lot of the Lego games. They're not really my thing. That seems about right. Like, it seems really funny and silly and entertaining, but not, like, amazing. Bro, you know what actually looks kind of bad the more that I see of it? Because they did some, like, previews, like hands-on previews with creators, and an embargo lifted, and you know what actually looks kind of bad that I was more indifferent about until recently, but now I think looks kind of shit? Any takers? I gave a pretty big hint there on the embargo lifting recently. Someone will probably know it. It's a game that's not out, but just had like a big round of previews go. Anyone? No one? 007? No, but that also did have a round of previews go around. No, 007 looks actually pretty good. No, I mean the Black Flag remake. Now that we're seeing like more uninterrupted gameplay beyond 10-second clips. Eesh. I don't know, man. I don't know. Really? Really? They've certainly made some decisions that I heavily disagree with. Like they've made some decisions that put me firmly in the category of just making the graphics look better and doing nothing more would have been better than this. The fuck-ass pig with the health bar? Yeah, stuff like that. Where they have, like, hunting boss fights now. Because in original Black Flag, the way that the hunting works, like to get animal pelts and everything, is that you just, like, shoot the animal or whatever, and they die, right? It's that simple. You sneak up on them, shoot them, they die, you get the skin. And if it's a predator like a jaguar or something, they can jump you and, you know, like insta-kill you because it's a fucking jaguar jumping on you and pinning you down. So you're dead, right? In the remake, they have more like RPG Assassin's Creed style, what's it? The RPG Assassin's Creed style, like boss fights where you're like going back and forth and the Jaguar has like a shit ton of health and you're parrying the attacks and quipping at it the whole time. And I'm just like, why change this? It was so good. Why are we shitifying the fucking hunting mechanics in Black Flag? No one ever complained about them. And no one ever played like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and was like, oh my god, I loved when I fought that pig for like 2 minutes straight. That was awesome. No one. Like, that just didn't happen. So I don't get it. I don't know why they're going that route. But the more that we see stuff, the more I'm just like, ooh. I went straight into the ground there.
Alpha 2's hit. Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Means the underwater stuff will be horrible. Yes. And they showed a little bit of the underwater stuff, and like the gameplay of it seems okay. They did add like a dodge mechanic for when the sharks come at you, so it's not just a guaranteed kill, but then like that's not the worst, but it does kind of ruin the whole aspect of trying to not let the shark see you so that you don't get fucking eaten. Like that was kind of a big part of it, but you know, whatever. But even like presentation wise, they made the underwater stuff look so clean. And I think it was G-Man like actually went and put a side-by-side of it from the original. And in the original game, they like used a pretty heavy depth of field filter to mimic the fact that Edward can't see clearly underwater. Right? Like you can see underwater, but it's super blurry. You can't see perfectly underwater. Right? But they just removed that and like a whole lot of other things that made the games, or the original game, like have more of a unique presentation. And just kind of went with like overly clean, modern 4K look. Like you all know what I mean when I say that. The more that I see of like that preview gameplay that's been going around, I'm not loving what I'm seeing. Because yeah, like grinding animals for upgrades and hunting a lot was a big part of it. And now like every jaguar that you have to hunt for a pelt is going to be a whole boss fight. Every boar is going to be a whole boss fight. It seems like a downgrade in a few aspects for me, for sure. Well, Assault Horizon Beyond, we will be doing Assault Horizon. We're a couple games off of it still, but we will be doing it.
Warning, incoming missile. Alpha 2 to launch. Shut down.
Oh, what? Riot is apparently bricking the PCs of cheaters. I saw that. I saw that going around.
Alpha 1,
Which,
stage complete. All
that's a lawsuit about to happen.
Alpha 1, engage
This
the enemy.
motherfucker's too good.
ESM is active.
He's back. Couple dozen streams away. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, this game's probably got a good 12 streams or so to go. As a fan, what game would you recommend to start with? Ace Combat is a series that you can really start anywhere, to be honest. Like, it kind of is one of those franchises where realistically, just whichever game looks cool to you and catches your eye, like, that's good. But I would say like the best starting points are probably, if you just want like the newest, cleanest game, then 7. 7 is like really good compared to most of the games, and obviously just the newest one before 8 and everything. 4 is a good starting point. I was gonna say 4 for like the PS2 games, or if you're in the position of just like, I want to play them all, I intend on playing them all at least a little bit, honestly just start with the first one and go from there. Kind of depends what you're looking at, but PS2 is a good start. 7 is a good start just because it's so accessible and it's good. Like it's a good entry point. It's currently the most easily accessible game. It makes it kind of a no-brainer. And then if you want to play all of them, just the first one. Zero works, but if you're going to go with the PS2 games to start, then I would probably just do 4, 5, and then 0. If you want to know relevant information for 8, play 2, 3, 4. I don't think 3 is going to be that relevant to 8. I'm going to be real. Granted, we have no idea and we're just guessing. But I'm kind of predicting that it won't end up being that relevant. That's my prediction currently. I know General Resource appeared in a trailer. I know. But General Resource appears in like all of Namco's shit. It's in Tekken, for fuck's sake. It's been in like the last 3 Tekken games in a row. Which is hilarious, but... For locations is what I mean. Oh, I guess like the countries might be this. Even then, I don't know. Did the JP release of 3 even have like distinct countries? From what I remember, it was kind of more about the corporations than anything.
Alpha 1, engage
Like the countries didn't really matter, if I recall.
I'm about to send you an objective point on radar. They know
It's also in Ridge Racer.
All planes, assume attack formation.
Was around during the events of the prior games, aside from 3, I mean. Yeah. I think they were around prior, and like weirdly, General Resource is also just a company that Namco puts it in as an Easter egg like all over the place. They just love to throw in a General Resource reference where they can. Oh my god. I saw those missiles on my radar, like at the last second. Uh-oh.
Now they're tracking you on radar. Altitude launch. Missile evaded.
Is Valentine on my team? He is, okay. I thought James was on my team, and Valentine was the enemy. I guess not. Pretty sure I saw a Newcom logo in Ridge Racer 4 too. Really?
Weapons running low. All special weapons used. Launch to. Crash.
Did I just get hit by Sam? I think I did. I think we already know of some locations returning from 3. How?
Alpha 1, engage.
Like, genuinely. How would we know that? Ah, bow. You two teaming up on same team on Siege is fine. It speeds it up. Fair point.
Bravo, complete.
It does speed it up.
Doing great. Continue on with the mission.
Having both of the super planes on the same team.
Shut down. Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
A few posts and noticed name locations. Because I feel like the trailer that we got and most of the teasers, like I feel like pretty much everything we've seen has either been on the naval carrier or like so high up in the sky that you're only looking at the clouds. Right? And then obviously they haven't been coming out with just like, oh yeah, this is bleh. I can't even think of any of the locations from 3. It's been so long since I last played it. And also 3 is weird because it doesn't really focus on countries or anything in its story. It kind of straight up tells you, it's like, yeah, countries don't really matter anymore. It's all about the companies now. They control everything. So they very rarely mention like names of countries in AC3.
Anti-aircraft gun taken out. Enemy forces are hanging up. Shut down.
Shit. The backgrounds are maps.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I really don't like AC3 lore at all.
Been shot down.
I'm not a big Ace Combat lore guy in general. I never really have been a big Strange Reel lore guy. I know some people fucking love it. I'm not one of those people, and that's fine. It's never grabbed me like that. AC3, I think the lore is cool. I think the idea behind the story is cool. And I've said it before and I've ranted about it before, so I'll keep it short. But holy fuck, the true ending ruins that story. Because it is so unbelievably stupid and silly right at the very end. And they throw the twist at you that devalues everything you've done up to that point, and just... It did not land for me in the slightest. The true ending fucking... like, right at the finish line, shoots the story in both feet and goes for a kneecap just for good measure.
Enemy plane down. ASM is active.
Ever since I did the true ending, I have not been one of the people who's like in the in the camp of AC3 having the best story in the series. I left that after the true ending for sure. Granted, I never thought it had the best. I thought it was up there. But ever since doing that, I've been so pissed. I'm like, who thought of this twist? Was it Yoko Taro? He worked there at the time. Yoko Taro worked on Ace Combat 3. So, like, was it his fucking idea? Because seriously, what?
Alpha 1, ASM is active.
How much left in this game? Like 50-ish% of the multiplayer.
Special weapons running low. Crashed.
What do you think would signify the true return of Konami? Brand new MGS or a brand new Suikoden? I would have said, like, revival of Metal Gear, revival of Silent Hill would be the two biggest ones. The revival of Metal Gear has been alright, but I do feel like we kind of need something new. Like, all the preservation of old stuff and, you know, like, Delta is great. But we can only ride the coattails of the old games for so long before we just kind of need something new if we're really going to keep going with that. And I hear Silent Hill F was pretty alright. I still have not played it myself. But I heard it got kind of a resounding, like, meh among Silent Hill fans. So, like, I would have said that, but I feel like they haven't been really nailing that return, if that makes sense. I think a Metal Gear 1 remake, like, in the style of 3D Metal Gear, would be new enough for me to even, like, take back the whole, you know, we're just riding the coattails, because we still kind of would be. But remaking the original Metal Gear as a 3D title would just be making an entirely new game. So, like, at that point, I'd be down for it. I like the Silent Hill 2 remake, though. I did play that because, of course, I did. But F, I was so on board with F until they started showing the gameplay, and then I was sort of like, ooh, maybe I'll wait. So I am still just waiting for, like, a deep sale on it before I get to it myself. The gameplay looked rough. AC3 would be better as an entirely different setting, not connected to Ace Combat. Well, to be real, it kind of feels like it's in its own, like, timeline in a weird way. Because it's set in Strange Reel, but, like, in the future, right? Where it's not directly affecting things from Strange Reel. And it was also a Strange Reel game from before they had dubbed Strange Reel as Strange Reel. So, like, there wasn't a strong timeline of events that AC3 ended up pulling from to, like, form its lore or anything. Because none of that lore existed yet. So it kind of just is its own story and setting, weirdly, that happens to share, like, the occasional name, like Yusha comes up. And then, like, General Resource pops up here and there later on as, like, little reference, but it's, what's it? It weirdly feels like it is its own thing. It doesn't feel connected to Ace Combat really at all. Although, very few of the Ace Combat games end up ever feeling connected, weirdly. You've got, like, the games that do directly link, like 0, 5, and 7 are probably the biggest ones that are, like, directly linked. But other than that, like, you know, AC2 certainly happened. AC3 happened. 4 kind of comes up in 7. It's referenced at least, but for the most part, it kind of just happens. 6 definitely just happens. Ace Combat X definitely just happens. I guess 2 technically comes in with, like, the ZOE stuff. Sort of. But even then, like, ZOE is a loose link in 7 as well. It's weird. Not many of the Ace Combat games feel super directly linked. 6 feels completely disconnected. 2, aside from ZOE, feels completely disconnected. Like, if you didn't have that, it would be the same where it's like location names are similar and it has one of the K Nagases, but that's about it. X pretty much is completely disconnected. He's got the stick drift going, guys. His stick drift kicked in real hard. Yeah, the PS2 trilogy and 7 feel like they link, but aside from that, they're all kind of just their own little isolated things. I mean, that's obviously, like, Assault Horizon doesn't even take place in the same world, right? Or Joint Assault is the same thing. But
ESM is active. Crashed.
has Kay's sister Reiko. Which one is she the sister of? Because we got a few Nagases, specifically K Nagases, even just within Ace Combat. Like, the Ace Combat 2 K Nagase is a totally different one. Sorry, boys. Extreme stick drift. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Happens to the best of us.
ESM is active.
I guess 5 and 7. I would assume 5 and 7 as well. I was trying to remember. I'm like, where does the Ace Combat 2 one pop up later in the series? And it was in 4.
Return to base.
The Nagase that you talk to over the radio in AC4 is the one from AC2. I was trying to remember where she popped up later. But the Nagase in 2 and 4 is not the Nagase from 5 and 7. They're different. And whether or not they're blood related never really comes up. They're just kind of there. It's never been officially addressed, at least. Unless maybe in like a dev interview or something, I could see that. But to my knowledge, it's never been officially addressed. They're just kind of both there. Let's siege again. As much as it pains me, siege is kind of the one that I've let fall behind a bit too much. On the flip side, I feel like if I keep siege not too far behind, and then at the end we get to the point where it's like the only thing left is like 10 siege battles or something like that, I think that'll work out just fine, to be real. With stick drift, hey, that's up to your controller, you know? Oh yeah. Yeah. The huge command cruiser from 6 does get like an evolution in 7. I forget. They link them in like really small ways like that. I forgot about that thing in 7. Like completely forgot about that, to be honest. See what fate puts my team as.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Maybe gotta play some marathon. Who's on my team?
They know exactly what we plan to
Oh,
do.
James
All
is.
planes, assume attack formation.
Shit. My chat from earlier is stuck on the marathon discussion. Or sorry, my YouTube, like actual YouTube dashboard chat got stuck on the marathon talk, and I looked over and saw it. I feel like I do need to pick that up and play more. I want to just yap, that's fine. Understandable.
Missile evaded.
Yeah, the lore is linked. It's just not imperative to know and understand 6. And I think that's a lot of like Ace Combat stuff where it's like, if you have played all of them, you'll catch those little things. Like the Flying Fortress from 6 getting like a redesign and appearing in 7, right? Yeah, I meant you knew not imperative. Like if you played 6, you'll catch it. If you haven't played 6, it doesn't matter. There's just this cool flying fortress, right? It's there, and you don't really need to know where it came from. They never get too hung up on stuff like that in Ace Combat to the point where it is like essential knowledge, right? Stuff kind of appears and you just go with it most of the time. Like the Flying Fortress in 6 just appears and you're like, all right, shit, here we go. Doesn't matter. Flying Fortress, you gotta shoot it.
All special weapons used.
You want to talk about the pinnacle of like super weapons just appearing? Ace Combat 0.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
There's like 3 of them in that game that just are like, oh fuck, there's a crazy weapon. Gotta shoot that. Like they don't feel the need to overly explain and dwell on that stuff. They're just like, yep, big like tower, you know, fucking wizard tower looking thing. It shoots lasers. You gotta blow it up. Just, you gotta do it. And you're like, all right, I'll do it. Doesn't matter why. Is 4 still your goat? 4 is still my goat. At this point, it's still the goat. Yeah, the satellite from 5. And 5 is a funny one where like it doesn't get any sort of build up there either. Just right at the end, they're like, yeah, there's a fucking orbital laser crashing. Gotta blow that up. And you're like, all right, I got it. I forget that 5 has one too. Like a total ass pull super weapon right near the end. It's like, oh yeah, they're gonna use the laser. We gotta blow it up. All of them have crazy ass pull super weapons, aside from like 7, weirdly. And that's just because 7 pulls from so many of the prior super weapons. The only one that's not like super out of nowhere like that is Ulysses, because that one they're referencing like straight from the beginning of the game, and then it ends up being like how the game ends, right? They build up to it pretty much from the first mission. And Ace Combat rarely does that. Now that I think about it. Yeah, the almost sentient AI is like the huge super weapon, like the finale super weapon. But other than that, like 7 has the flying fortress from 6. It's got the Arsenal bird comeback. It's got the Stonehenge comeback. They do a whole lot of like, remember this? And then the new one is the AI at the end. Which, maybe I just am lacking the crucial lore. Right? Which I absolutely could be. So inform me if so. But how does ZOE tie into that? Because like I've gotten so many comments over the years talking about how cool it is that ZOE ties into that, and like, you know, that's why what's it? Ace Combat 3D is actually super important to play. And I've always been like, is there much of a link like established in game aside from just they're both AIs that fly planes? Like, do they specify more of a direct link and I just forgot because it's been so long?
Alpha 2 crashed.
I think Assault Horizon Legacy is what provides it. I don't think so. Like, because Assault Horizon Legacy gives a little bit more in terms of the ZOE stuff, whereas like in AC2 they were just kind of like a secret ace that popped up. You'd shoot them if you saw them, but there was no lore tied to them beyond that. AC3D, or Assault Horizon Legacy, as released in the West, was... Oh, it was created by Grunder. And is that who makes the AI in 7? So I was gonna say, like, ZOE is shown to be an AI in Assault Horizon Legacy more explicitly, but, like, there's no... That is. Okay, so that is the link, then. even then, I wouldn't say it's like a crucial step to play Assault Horizon Legacy for it by any means. It's one of those, but okay. That is the direct link then. So I'm like, did I just miss some detail or forget something? And that must have been it. I didn't put together that ZOE was created by the same company.
ASM is active.
Because again, they put that stuff in there and they're just not even like the type to directly bring attention to it. They kind of just throw it in there and they're like, yeah, there you go. Like, if you bother to put it together, it's there. If not, that's cool. It works without it. Zero's Assault Records has mentions of it? Does it? Where? Why? Why does it have mentions of it? Whoa, my capture card just lagged, I think. Unless I am crazy. Theodore Sander. What does that have to do with it? You can tell I never got that into the lore. It might be becoming increasingly obvious. Exists in 5 as well. How do I miss all these things? What the fuck is up with that?
Enemy plane down. Special weapons running low.
Was a front for the Gray Men. Oh.
Crashed.
So the Gray Men are the ones making the AI planes. You can genuinely play these games like to 100% completion multiple times over and not put these things together if you're not looking for them. This case in point, me. What? Like what? What do you mean I'm hearing these things for the first time just now? Granted, they put them in the assault records. Why? I'm not reading all of the assault records. Don't they know that gamers don't read? We wait until the funny British guys on YouTube make fucking lore videos for us. I'm literally reading off of the wiki. Yeah, there are 164 assault records. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I collected all of them. Did I read them? No.
Enemy plane down.
We gamers don't read. What are you talking about? $165. I did read them back then. You're crazy. You're crazy. Like in RPGs when there's massive descriptions. Hey, you guys ever play those games where like you do want to read everything at the start, but then they throw you so many extensive, like, you know, book-sized pieces of lore that at a certain point you're just like, okay, I'm not reading anymore. I feel like we've all had this experience at some point, right? Like, you're playing a game, you want to read all the extra lore and stuff that they throw your way, but at a certain point, there's so much, and you're just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, actually.
Alpha 2 crashed.
Cyberpunk was like that at points, yeah. Yeah, the Gray Men were mentioned. Like, I know who the Gray Men are. I'm familiar with the concept, but I never knew that they were linked to the company that made the AI in, like, AC2 and AC7.
Weapons used.
That's news to me. Like, I remember the Gray Men from 5. Kind of like the connections in Resi, where we still know pretty much nothing. Resi, we keep learning more about the connections. They're becoming less and less mysterious with each entry now, but for a while, like, because you gotta remember, like, 7 came out back in 2017. And then we didn't get any real lore beyond the fact that they exist and are researching bioweapons until Village came out, and that was 2021. And then we didn't get any further explanation on them at all, which we didn't get a whole lot in Village. We only got a tiny bit more until Ari Requiem. And Requiem didn't come out until a couple months ago. And even then, we didn't get a whole lot more. We definitely got the most info on them that we've gotten in any game so far. But we still don't really know a ton. Although apparently now with Requiem, and this is a pretty big retcon, so I may have misunderstood this, because this is like a massive retcon. But apparently the Connections is the group that Wesker was working with the whole time. Like post RE1. When Wesker kept working with this group that we only ever really knew as like the company, because that was just what he referred to it as. Apparently that was the Connections the whole time, and Wesker was always with them. Post RE1. Like, you see what I mean by that is such a significant retcon that I almost feel like I must have misunderstood it.
Stage complete. All aircraft return to base.
It would be a cool retcon in terms of tying them into the lore more directly, but very significant retcon.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I think 9 is going to have some big story DLC. I hope so. I'm not going to get my hopes up, given how Village's story DLC was, with that being like the most recent point of comparison, but I do hope so. Like, obviously, I am someone who wants RE to succeed. I only want more good RE games. You know? I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Oh, Separate Ways would be a more recent comparison. You're right. Although that one is a bit iffier because that was an outsourced project. Capcom didn't actually make Separate Ways for remake. But that would be more recent. You're not wrong. Separate Ways was great. It just wasn't Capcom. Which people always love that little lore drop. I didn't realize that. Yeah, they didn't really bring much attention to it, but Separate Ways was done by M2, who, in terms of like recent Resident Evil projects, was the same team that did the RE3 remake. That's who made the Separate Ways campaign for RE4 remake. And it doesn't get brought up a whole lot, but it is a very solid piece of trivia that the RE3 remake team did RE4 remake Separate Ways.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. I'm about about to send you an objective
Just
point
because
on radar.
Ada, let's get real.
Plan
Hey.
to do. All planes, assume attack formation.
Look, I enjoy Ada Wong enough, certainly. I am one of the people who thinks that RE4 Remake is Ada Wong's best design. Personally, I do believe that to be true. I don't think Ada has ever looked better than in RE4 Remake. But that being said, I'm not the biggest Ada Wong fan. You need the assist. On attack side, yes. Other than that, I probably got it. But on attack side, it'll just make it go way faster if we got double EML going.
We have radar lock on. Missile was evaded.
Ow.
Anti-aircraft gun.
Did I ever tell you guys about the guy who commented on my RE6 video? This is one of those comments that stuck with me forever. Because sometimes I read a comment and I will never forget them because they are so beautiful.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
One guy on my RE6 video was like, I actually like RE6, but what I don't like is Ada in this game. Why does she look so white? Ada Wong, more like Ada Wrong. And I will never forget that comment for the rest of my days. That will stick with me. That's just one of them I will never forget reading. Sometimes a comment pops up that's just pure gold. Incredible. It would have been good enough without the Ada Wrong, but that was just like sealing the deal. It was so good.
Missile was evaded.
Oh my god, yeah, look at the difference 2 EMLs makes. Holy fuck.
Move on to another airspace.
More like Ada Wrong. Holy shit, man.
You're
It's so
doing great.
good.
Continue on with the mission.
And to be fair, she does look fairly white in RE6. Not like white, but she does, like, you could look at her and think that she's mixed rather than just she's Chinese, right? Whereas typically she just looks Chinese. But in RE6, she does look like she could be like half Asian, half white. And I never really thought about it before comments on YouTube made me think about it. But now that it's been pointed out, I see it when I look at RE6 Ada. It doesn't really look like Ada. It's true.
Enemy forces are hanging on by a thread. We're almost done here.
Her RE6 design is still better than Christen's 7 is true as well. Christen's 7 is not right, man.
All aircraft return to base.
I don't know what they did to my boy, but it's not right. It was her first appearance in HD. I guess we had seen her like in RE4 re-releases that were HD, and she has a pretty clear face in that.
Enemy forces
But
are
you're not
approaching
wrong.
the city.
You need me to get stick drift? I mean, does your controller have it? I can't control the stick drift. Of course, it's just the sticks do what the sticks do, right? RE7 Chris, I will never get over. I don't think anyone will. Oh no. Guys, it looks like he has severe stick drift. The timing of this kicking in is so odd, isn't it? It's weird. It's weird when it decides to kick in like this super hard and then it stops after. This is dead. I literally got not a drop there. That's completely empty. I call Belkin witchcraft. I don't know what you mean. no idea what you mean. Another controller lost to the plague. It's true, man.
ESM is active.
It's so true. Asha Sharma messing with my controller. She's remotely jacking into the controller.
Crashed.
That would have been sweet. Oh, my bad. Code Veronica remake, or is the next in the remake saga? I've never played it. We still don't know. Like, allegedly, from leaks, it's the next one, but then Resident Evil leaks are notoriously inaccurate. Like, they're wrong 90% of the time. So, it could be. It would make sense for it to be the next one. But we still don't really know. Those same leaks that say that it's the next one are saying that it's getting announced at Summer Games Fest. Like, Dusk specifically recently said that he thinks it's getting revealed at Summer Games Fest, so we'll see how that plays out. I've heard every single game in Resident Evil is being remade. Yeah, to be fair, if you do go with the current leaks that are out there, what they say, at least the generally accepted Resident Evil leaks right now, are saying that Code Veronica Remake is next, and that's coming out next year, getting revealed this year. And then after that, next year, they're going to reveal a Resident Evil 0 remake, and that will come out in 2028, is the alleged leak. And then Resident Evil 10 will be revealed in 2029, released in 2030 is the plan. And there's a remake just entering pre-production of the Resident Evil 1 remake, but they're remaking it again. And that's going to be released probably in 2031, is the plan. So in my opinion, the current Resident Evil leaks are kind of too ridiculous to put much faith into. Although I think Code Veronica Remake is very likely. It's just immediately after that, when you start saying shit like Resident Evil 0 remake, I start heavily questioning. I don't know about all that.
ESM is active.
Leaks are so goofy. Tifa is Street Fighter 6. That one is apparently legit. Like, the source on that, granted, I'm not so big into the Street Fighter scene to know, but like a lot of the huge FGC guys like Sajam and Maximilian are saying that the source on that is like 100% legit and that they fully believe that it's real. And I mean, they would know, right? Granted, I say that, and that not to name names or point fingers, Max doesn't believe it. He did initially. Does he not now? Because I remember him tweeting initially and saying, like, it's actually really sad that this had to come out through leaks instead of them getting to reveal it themselves. But has he changed his stance on it? Does he not believe it anymore?
ESM is active.
Gonna have a field day if Tifa gets in, bro. It's gonna be that one tournament all over again. You guys know the one. Sorry, I was gonna say, I say that after talking about Resident Evil and knowing full well, and again, not gonna name names, but there are plenty of content creators in the Resident Evil space who happily cover every leak that pops up, even if they don't really believe it themselves. They'll just cover it for the clickbait of it. You know, get that ad revenue. I can't blame them, but like, I do think that covering leaks as if they're true like that and raising expectations and hopes for things that probably won't happen does damage a community over time. That's my opinion. That's why I've never gotten into that shit. He says that people shouldn't just believe what people say on Twitter. Oh. I remember him tweeting about it like as if it was real right when it happened. But I guess maybe he looked into it more and doesn't believe it anymore.
Alpha 1, ESM is active.
Need some co-op RE again. That shit was so fun. I don't think co-op RE is gonna... What's it? Is gonna happen for a while at least. Because we know now from Nakanishi himself, the guy who directed RE9 and 7 as well, but we know that RE9 started out as an action horror 2-player co-op Resident Evil game. Like, that was the initial plan for RE9. But then they got a few months into making that and kind of took a step back and realized that they didn't think fans would be happy with it. So they canceled it and scrapped it and started over. So, like, the RE9 that we have now is totally different from what they were first making, like, right after Village came out. Which is also why there was such a big gap. They got a little ways into developing that, realized they didn't think it was going to land well, and restarted. Oh, my stick drift fixed. That's so weird. Maybe it's not stick drift. Maybe it's just a bug in the game. All right, let's keep it going, to be honest. There's a lot of really bad RE creators on YouTube who perpetuate misinformation and AI gen posts. 100% agree. Again, I'm not naming names, but he do be spitting facts. He's 100% right on that. That is 100% an issue, and I can think of channels, but I won't. I'm better than that, but I can think of channels. People kept talking about it. He said, you better hope Vega is in that trailer, because that would confirm Tifa based on what the leak said. It is also true that we're probably getting the first character, or maybe even like multiple characters revealed soon. He said he doesn't like talking about leaks because he doesn't want to get blamed for it when it's not real. Yeah. I just don't like talking about leaks because when they're not real, and when you have like the biggest voices in a space talking about them as if they're true, you end up setting an expectation that will more likely than not inevitably let down the community in the long run. So I think it definitely is unhealthy for gaming communities to talk too much about leaks. Exactly his point, yeah. I think personally that it's a very unhealthy thing for gaming communities. At least I've seen it be a very unhealthy thing for like enough fandoms that I just don't even like to perpetuate it. It's why I tend to shut down leaks when people bring them up here. Like the Ace Combat Zero leak, right? Like, oh my god, we're gonna get Ace Combat Zero with Ace Combat 8. Like, I have never... Well, to be fair, I've also personally not really believed it, but even if it is true, I don't want to perpetuate it and then have it come out that, like, you know, it was fake. And now suddenly so many people who are Ace Combat fans are like, wait, where's Ace Combat Zero? I was promised Ace Combat Zero. I thought we were getting Ace Combat Zero. And then you don't, right? It's not healthy for a community long term. If it happens once or twice, it's fine. But once it happens enough times, it slowly erodes the community and it gets really bad over time. I do fully think that the Ace Combat Zero thing is just Ace Combat Reddit summoning circle bullshit, but it could be real. Games in the past have had SteamDB leaks about things that never happened. Oh yeah. Like Ace Combat, Armored Core 6 DLC. I can't even count on two hands how many times that's been leaked through SteamDB, allegedly.
Fired. Enemy kill confirmed.
Did you see what the new third best-selling game of all time is? No. The new third best-selling game of all time.
Special weapons running low.
What is it?
All special weapons used. Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
Didn't they add a few AC parts after like a few months though? Yeah, and that was part of people thinking
Missile evaded.
Red Dead Redemption 2? Really? Tetris is still number 1. What was number 3 that would now be number 4 then? Because I'm trying to remember. It's like Tetris, is it Minecraft at number 2, if I'm not mistaken?
Destroyed.
Minecraft was at least like right up there. It was like 2 or 3.
Target. Box 2.
It must be 2. Yeah, I was gonna say, Minecraft must be 2 because I cannot possibly fathom Red Dead 2 having outsold Minecraft. Like, everyone has played Red Dead 2, I feel like. But not even in the same way. Oh, GTA 5 is second? Wait, Tetris and Minecraft are tied for first. So what did Red Dead 2 dethrone?
Ground target has been eliminated.
What I was gonna say is everyone has played Red Dead 2, and like that's a true thing. Like I say that, and you're like, yeah, pretty much everyone has played Red Dead 2. But weirdly, it's not the same way that like everyone has played Minecraft, you know? Like Red Dead 2, when I say that, it feels kind of figurative, where it's like, okay, almost everyone has played it, Red Dead 2. But when I say it for Minecraft, it's like literally everyone has played Minecraft,
Alpha complete.
right?
Operation Charlie complete. Enemy forces within Operation
Literally everyone has
Airspace
played
have been
Minecraft.
eliminated. Nice work. You're doing great. Continue on.
It's not even figurative. It's like, yeah.
Coordinates have been sent. This is the last group.
Surprised COD isn't up there. COD is one of the top earners every year,
Lock on.
but there's not like a single COD game that has sold as much as something like Minecraft or Tetris, right? I think the best-selling COD game is Black Ops 3, if I remember right, like the one that sold the most copies. And I'm pretty sure that one is like
Enemy
45
forces are hanging
million.
on by a thread. We're almost done here. Box 2. Stage complete. All aircraft return to base.
It was Wii Sports. Holy shit. You're telling me that nowadays more people have played Red Dead 2 than Wii Sports?
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
I think Fortnite is up there too. Fortnite can't be considered because it's free to play. It's BO3 with 43 million. Yeah. Zombie Chronicles still the best-selling DLC as far as I know. Unless I've missed something, then yeah, Zombies Chronicles is still the top-selling DLC. Which for my non-COD knowers was a Black Ops 3 DLC. Got so sad thinking about them giving up on RDR2 with those numbers. RDR2, okay, the thing with RDR2, because we're talking about online, when you say giving up on it, right? The thing with that is that, like, they did the same thing where the online came out later, right? And then the thing is, even if Red Dead Online was huge, it probably wasn't going to be as big as GTA Online. So they did the same kind of scale as like when GTA Online first came out, right? Like they kind of put it out there, let it do its thing and kind of test the waters to see if people would be interested.
ASM is
And interest was a little lower. It was there. They did some more stuff. They did some expansions. Because GTA Online grew slowly over time, right? And Red Dead Online grew as they did those expansions. But they still were doing expansions for GTA Online as well. And GTA Online was already massive and already making so much more money that it kind of got to a point where it was like, okay, we could try to keep growing Red Dead Online, but what's the point if we can put that same effort to GTA Online and that already makes more money? Like, that was kind of what ended up happening with Red Dead Online. It wasn't so much that the game, like, underperformed. It's just that it was up against an absolute titan that was still running. And it kind of came down to, like, we could spend the time and resources better by just putting it all back into GTA. Like, from a business perspective, it was just going to make them more money, right? Needs at least like a 60 FPS patch for current gen consoles, though. You think? Well, yeah, the current gen consoles probably could run Red Dead 2 on 60 FPS, maybe with dips. Probably. Especially on the settings that like the PS4 and Xbox One versions ran on, they could.
Alpha 2 crashed.
I really liked RDR2 Online. I thought it was all right. I think the issue with RDR2 Online, mostly for me, was that like by the time that it came around and actually started to get decent, I was already really burned out on GTA Online. And then obviously like Red Dead Online was just doing the same formula, right? So, like, I enjoyed it. I played it with friends a bit. But I couldn't get, like, sucked into it in that way. Because I had already kind of burned out on that formula through GTA.
Alpha 1, ESM is active.
I think you're underestimating the power difference between PS4 and PS5 a bit. I don't think I am. Because like it's a big difference, but we're talking about Red Dead 2. Like the last gen consoles on the settings that they had couldn't even hold consistent 30 on Red Dead 2. So like if they were running the exact same settings and resolution, they would be able to get 60. But people would not accept those same settings and resolution, at least for the most part, for the sake of getting 60 on the current gens. I say that, but then like, well, no, that's probably true.
ESM is active.
Because for some reason, console players care more about like their resolution than their frame rate. And I do not understand that, but I'm also a PC guy, so I get to have both. I'm spoiled. I say that. I spoil myself. I'm the one who bought the PC and built it. But you know what I mean. I'm spoiled for choice in that way, where I don't have to choose one or the other, is more what I mean. Whereas weirdly, the console market seems to value resolution more these days. And that also is probably because of like the internal resolution and upscaling shit that's been going on so much with the console market, where like most PS5 games don't actually run at 4K in their 4K modes. They run at like 1080 and upscale to 4K, which is blurrier than a native 4K, but not to the point where you're going to notice it, especially playing on a TV, right? What GPU do you have? Currently, I have a 4080. Don't bother with FPS too much. Which is a shame because they could. They should. But they've been conditioned.
Alpha 1, ESM is active.
The console market, unfortunately, has been conditioned to like 30 FPS being the standard again, which is so shit, but it is what it is. I ruined console gaming after buying a 144 hertz monitor. It'll do that. It'll do that. That's why most games have a graphics mode and FPS mode. Yeah. But it's crazy to me that like PlayStation put out those stats about how many players play in fidelity mode versus performance mode, and it's like 50-50. It's only like 50% of the players who choose to go for the higher frame rate. Like legit half of the market chooses to go for the higher resolution in place of it. Which is wild. Again, as a PC player, like from that perspective, it's like, what? I would never take, you know, going up to 4K in exchange for my 60 FPS at least. Granted, I'm PC. Like 60 is my minimum. I do not settle for less than 60. I will be upset. 60, and I know that some people think that that's like PC elitism, but it's really not. The PC elitism is the people who shit the bed over anything less than like 120 FPS. That's the stupid PC BS. Like 60 is, I want 60 on everything, at least. Most of the time the performance modes are fuzzy as shit. To be fair, I have seen that. And it's true, they are fuzzy as shit, you're not wrong. Yeah, 1080p 60 is great. 60, anything above 60 is not too much of a difference. Like going from 60 to 100 is a big difference, but then 100 to 120, 120 to 144, you start to not really feel it. Like you can kind of feel it, but it's more like you'll feel it if it dips. But if it's a locked frame rate between like 100 and 144, you don't feel much difference unless it's dipping and then you notice it. A10. A10, you say? Me and my friend had to collectively replace 3 brand new SSDs because of Windows' shitty updates. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, the Windows updates have been so bad.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy. Lock on.
My SSD and wallet are both shaking in their boots. Yeah, those Windows updates that have been breaking drives have been wild.
Target hit. Missile was evaded.
I know Valentine's not gonna let me have this. I gotta sweat. Makes all the blurriness of TAA non-existent. Bro, I just avoid TAA like the plague. Like, if I have to choose between TAA and no anti-aliasing, I'll take the aliasing over TAA. Legitimately. It looks better. I fucking despise the image output that you get on TAA.
Fire
Is that what that horrible shimmering is? In a lot of games, yes. But if you're talking about RE engine, extra yes. That is what causes it in RE engine.
Engage the enemy.
More distracting than a slightly softer image, bro. Slightly is
Evaded.
that is a down statement. Slightly, it's not slightly. It's so blurry. It depends on the implementation too, but some games on TAA legit feel like I'm playing without my glasses, but like in real life, because playing games, I can play games without my glasses, no issue, because I'm nearsighted. Like in games, it doesn't affect my vision to not wear my glasses, right? But it feels like my character is not wearing their glasses.
Warning. Shut down.
If it's first person, you get what I mean.
Alpha
It's
1,
really bad in
engage the
Rebirth.
enemy.
In Rebirth, it'll be the same, because in Unreal Engine, that's what causes it too.
Missile evaded.
Well, Unreal Engine has a couple things, depending on if you're talking about 4 or 5. But, Unreal 4, yes. I've kind of been using native SSR, or FSR. So I haven't used TAA much. Bro, it's so bad. I fucking hate TAA. I don't think you can turn it off in Rebirth. That wouldn't surprise me, knowing how Square Enix is with ports. That would not surprise me at all.
Shut down.
We traded. Well, I guess with Valentine, I win on a trade because I get more points, but still sucks because he's ahead of me.
Alpha 1, engage the
So that doesn't close the gap by much. It's only like a 300 point difference there.
missile was evaded.
Because I remember it on PS5 looking stunning. Well, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Fired. Radar lock.
I'm gonna say, is he flying through the flak right now?
Enemy plane down. Warning, incoming missile. Missile evaded.
You can go through it. I know you can for a bit, but it always catches up to you. It's only a matter of time before you get flacked. I was gonna say, that's gotta be a winner. Oh, he's going through it. He's proven a point. Oh, I got fucked.
Shut down.
Wait, it's a layer of flak. Once you're on the other side of it, you're good. That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Wait a minute, I see now. If you can get past it, then you're good. Oh. Huh. And here I thought we were always lowered, or limited to that lower altitude. Or you know who's not going to be able to fly up here in the fucking brick? James. I don't think that thing flies fast enough to get through in time, much less flying the A-10 up at this altitude would not be very good. That's weird though. I never realized you could get up here if you just pushed through it. It looks kind of wild when you look down at it from up here. Just an entire map blanketed with flak. I lived through it. Did you actually? I didn't think the A-10 would be fast enough, but I guess it has more health too. Kind of evens out. Yeah, there's one. I barely made it through, to be fair. Even Valentine can't consistently get through it. I don't think this is intended then, to be honest. Because like most of the time you don't make it through. I can't get past it anymore. I am immune. I have won the game by RNGing my way through the flak and hiding up here like a fucking rat. It just works. Don't hate the player, you know? You put me onto this anyway. 61%. Oh shit, James made it through again. Let's go. Dogfight in the clouds. Oh, did Valentine make it through? Yes. Right at the end.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
That is wild that you can get all the way up there. I never knew. Oh my god, boys. I gotta save, I gotta save, I gotta save. Just in case, because I forget. It's why I make a habit of doing it every game. Let's get one more in. Battle Royale again. What was that, 2? Let's do 3. Yeah. What's the other special on this again? Oh. Percentage? No point spoiling the surprise right before the end. I mean, it could go up one more little bit and be even better. I'm just saying. You reckon we could get a release date at AC8 for for AC8 at SGF? Yeah, I think it's pretty likely if it is still on par or on track to release this year. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get a release date at whatever event that just was in Japan. Oh wait, he's whipping out the EML. Hey, I'm gonna... Ah. He didn't realize I was using ECMP. I'm getting a little fancy with it.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Oh my god. 36? Right.
We have radar lock on. Alpha 1, ECM pod activated. Missile was evaded.
This was a mistake. I forget what plane I'm flying. Shit.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Target hit. Keep an eye on your 6 o'clock.
Wait, what? Wait.
Warning,
The
incoming.
devs considered the F-22 to be a better plane than the Nosferatu. Oh no, wait, I'm mixing it up. I thought Valentine killed James for a second there. I was like, wait, what?
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar. Warning, incoming missile. Missile was evaded. Missile missed. Missile struck target. Fox 2. Careful now, they're tracking you on
Jeez.
radar. Target
Let's
hit.
go. The double perfect was so nice. I'm flying upside down. I had no idea because of the clouds.
6 o'clock.
I actually had no clue I was upside down there.
Enemy down.
That was a spooky realization. Seeing the mountain above me instead of below me. That was something.
Radar lock. Missile evaded. Missile strike confirmed. Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Warning, incoming missile.
They said there's no demo at the Korea event or Indonesia event. Yeah, I saw that too.
Warning, incoming missile.
Which, like, is a little weird, but I guess not that weird, considering we don't even have a release date yet. Because, like, those seem like the sort of events where there would be, like, a little playable demo, but considering we still don't even have a release date, it might be a bit early for that.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you. Enemy at 6 o'clock.
Shouldn't be far from about that point if they are releasing this year, like, to be having, like, hands-on events, but it's weird. It's weird timing. It's weird the way that they've been spacing things out, because, like, it seems like they really are on track for release this year.
Missile was evaded.
But at the same time, so much of the way that they've been handling the marketing, it kind of makes it feel like it's not still on track for this year. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I keep flip-flopping on it because they keep, like, doing some things that make me think it definitely is this year still, and then some things where I'm like, but is it? Because that's kind of odd, you know? I keep getting bounced back and forth by it. Bamco kind of does this. I know. Their marketing is so strange sometimes.
Missile missed. We have radar lock on.
Because, like, if this was Capcom, that would be one thing. Where, like, Capcom is always so secretive about, like, their biggest titles that they don't do that. Like, they intentionally save everything for the last minute and then just release the game. And that's kind of what Capcom does, so we're used to it. But most devs don't do that, so, like, it becomes weird when other devs start doing it out of nowhere. Because that might be what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Except Onimusha or Pragmata, yes. Sometimes they make an exception. But I feel like for those, they market them differently because they know they have to kind of sell people on it, you know? And yeah, they've been in dev for so long.
Tracking you on radar.
Like, Onimusha has not been around for so long, they kind of have to drive the hype back up. And then Pragmata was just totally new.
Fox 2.
Oh my god. I'm just now realizing the time. I went over! It's fine. 2 minutes. I hope we see something on Okami 2 sometime next year. True. Or this year. Probably too early this year, to be honest. Probably.
Careful now, they're tracking you on radar.
Probably not time yet. But maybe. A man can dream. I hate stealth. Me too. AC8 themed care packages? I haven't seen anything about that. What?
ECM activated.
Am I late? No. No. He says in a stealth plane. Hey, you can still hate it. It's obnoxious. It's true. It's really annoying in these games. Always has been, like, since air combat, to be fair. It's not new. It's not something that came up later.
ECM activated.
This is a stealth plane? Yeah, the F-22 has stealth on it.
Watch out, the enemy has a lock on you.
I have to think, in Ace Combat 6, it's the F-22, the F-117, the Nosferatu.
Alpha 1, engage the enemy.
Is it just those three in this game? Are there 3 stealth planes? I think 3 in this game. I can't think of another one in 6 specifically. I think it's just those 3. That's it. Wait, the 47? Maybe? No? I don't... Is it? Anyway. That was a battle royale. Alright, it is about that time. However, final percentage, that's not stealth. Okay. So just those 3 then. Total percentage, total progress, 54.30%. We made a good jump, boys. Good progress today. We gotta keep her going. I think 10, 11-ish more streams will be totally done. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, follow, whatever. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing all sorts of other stuff like Metal Gear, Yakuza, Resident Evil. We've been doing some bonus stuff like XCOM. That's a good time. If you see an XCOM stream in your feed, you should check it out. It's a great time. They're hilarious. Anyway, we're doing all sorts of stuff. Come back for any of it. Also, if you enjoyed, leave a like on the stream. Helps out with algorithm. You know how that goes. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. If you're looking for links to anything else outside of Twitch or YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Those are all down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.